Scary facts about the Earth. Planet Earth was formed 4.5 billion years ago and is the only planet in the universe that we know of to host life. Earth has many wonders, but how much do we actually know about the planet we live on? And humans are still discovering some of the amazing secrets it's hiding. Hello and welcome to my channel Top USA Entertainment. In this video, we will have to know about scary facts about the Earth. The Earth's rotation is gradually slowing down. As you may know, the Earth spins on an axis which runs through the poles. Back in the dinosaur times, a day was 1 hour shorter than it is today. This slowing rotation is due to the tidal forces between the Earth and the Moon. Most people may be unaware that the Moon is slowly moving further away from the Earth, 3.82 centimeters a year, and as it does this, it causes the Earth's rotation to slow down, resulting in the days becoming longer. What is alarming is that researchers Roger Bilham and Rebecca Bendick believe that this slowing of the Earth's rotation could be causing more major earthquakes. As Bilham describes it, the basic idea is that as the Earth's spin slows slightly, the equator shrinks. This, readers, is due to the struggle between the Earth's own gravitational force and weakening momentum. The way I understand it is that as the Earth slows, it becomes more spherical in shape, resembling an orange more than a flat peach, and so the equator shrinks. However, tectonic plates don't shrink as easily, meaning the edges of the plates get squeezed. This puts added pressure on plate boundaries that are already under stress, where earthquakes are more likely. Rogue waves. Stories about giant waves have been circulating among sailors for centuries, but skeptical scientists thought they were about as common as mermaids. Then, in 1995, an oil platform in the North Sea was hit by a big one during a huge storm, and it had the equipment on hand to determine that the wave had been a massive 84 feet tall. A few years later, a 95-foot wave was measured by a research vessel west of Scotland. Oceanographers realized that not only were these massive waves real, but they were also surprisingly common. According to the U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, rogue waves are more than twice the size of surrounding waves, often getting as big as 100 feet tall, come from surprising directions, and only happen in open seas. Underwater mountain range. Rogue waves aren't the only giant secret the oceans have been keeping. The longest mountain range in the world is actually underwater. It's called the Mid-Ocean Ridge, and it extends more than 40,000 miles, running down the middle of the Atlantic, east through the Indian Ocean, and back up through the Pacific, along the west coast of the Americas. Compare that with the Andes, the longest continental mountain range, which is only 4,350 miles long. The Mid-Ocean Ridge is a continuous string of underwater volcanoes lying along the meeting points of Earth's tectonic plate. As the plates drift apart, magma seeps up continuously, creating new crust. Ring of Fire. 9 out of 10 of the world's earthquakes and 75% of its volcanoes occur as a result of tectonic activity, in what's known as the Pacific Ring of Fire, a circle of volcanically and seismically active hotspots marking the meeting points of several plates that all encircle the large Pacific Plate. The tectonic plates are bumping into and sliding past, over, and under one another, resulting in eruptions and quakes. The circle is about 25,000 miles in circumference and is the cause of recent eruptions in Indonesia and the Philippines, as well as earthquakes in Mexico, Taiwan, and Alaska. Yellowstone supervolcano. Volcanic islands are pretty easy to identify, but some of the ways volcanic activity shaped the Earth in its infancy are not as easy to spot. One of the facts about Earth you might not know is that it was only in the 1960s that geologists realized the 44-mile-wide depression in the ground in Yellowstone National Park is a volcanic caldera rather than a lava flow that formed a mountain. Like Hawaii's Mauna Kea and Washington State's Mount St. Helens, eruptions at Yellowstone took the form of massive explosions that actually caused mountains and other topography to collapse. The volcano is still active. In fact, there's a chamber of liquid magma underneath it that fuels the park's geysers and hot springs like Old Faithful. But the last major eruption was about 630,000 years ago. And although there's not currently any good way to predict volcanic eruptions, scientists aren't too worried about another big one. In fact, Ilya Bindeman, a University of Oregon geochemist, told the Washington Post that Yellowstone may be approaching the end of its evolution. Boiling river. There's a river in the Peruvian Amazon where water temperatures can actually cook unlucky animals that fall into the water. Geophysicist Andres Russo, whose Peruvian grandfather mentioned the boiling river to him when he was a child, kept searching for the mysterious site even though his professors told him it had to be a myth. When he found it, he worried that it had been caused by nearby oil and gas extraction, but determined that it was a natural feature. It's a non-volcanic, geothermal feature flowing at anomalously high rates, he told National Geographic. Meaning it's just very hot water, getting up to about 200 degrees Fahrenheit, coming from very deep below the Earth's surface quickly enough that it doesn't cool off before it comes out into the river. Saharan dust. Dust can travel in the atmosphere even farther than photographs or frogs, and besides causing odd-colored rain, can also make the sky look hazy and cause asthma attacks in vulnerable people. According to NASA's Earth Observatory, hundreds of millions of tons of desert dust blow across the Atlantic Ocean from Africa every year, adding to Caribbean beach sand and fertilizing the Amazonian soil. The dust might also disrupt hurricane formation by suppressing cloud formation. Cosmic dust. One of the most interesting facts about Earth is that dust isn't just coming from deserts on Earth either. Scientists recently collected samples of dust in the upper atmosphere that traveled here with comets. By studying the chemical composition of the particles, they can tell that the dust is actually older than the solar system. Our observations suggest that these exotic grains represent surviving pre-solar interstellar dust that formed the very building blocks of planets and stars, lead researcher Hope Ishii, from the University of Hawaii at Manoa, said in a statement. If we have at our fingertips the starting materials of planet formation from 4.6 billion years ago, that is thrilling and makes possible a deeper understanding of the processes that formed and have since altered them. Earth once had 2 moons. That's the theory, at least, put forward by a computer model that attempted to figure why the side of the moon that faces Earth is relatively low and flat and the one that faces away has a much thicker crust. The model suggests that there was once a companion moon that collided with the far side of our current moon. Antarctica temperatures can get up into the 60s. In 2015, the highest temperature for the Antarctic continent was recorded, 63.5 degrees Fahrenheit, recorded on the Argentine research base near the northern tip of the Antarctic Peninsula. According to the World Meteorological Organization. As it turns out, visiting Antarctica is on our list of the 25 adventures you should have before you die. 72% of planet Earth is covered by water. The total volume of water on Earth is estimated at 1.386 billion cubic kilometer, 97% of which is found in the world's oceans, and is therefore too salty for human use. 2.5% of the fresh water is found in the atmosphere, in glaciers, polar ice caps, and soil, which is either too polluted, or too far below ground, and so not accessible. If you like this video, kindly follow on Facebook and Instagram, and subscribe our channel to watch more related videos. Remember to hit the notification button to keep update. Thanks.